As I mentioned, I'm not promoting any particular product, so I just thought I'd show a couple of screenshots. Here's an open source project called CPP Check you could download and play with and get an idea of the types of reports and bugs that it can find, but it's not particularly robust. The commercial tools really are quite a bit better. Here's a screenshot of an older version of Fortify. Most of the academic research invested in static analysis tools is spent devising clever new approaches to identify defects. But when the time comes for a tool to be put to work, the way the tool represents results has a major impact on the value that the tool provides. If users can group and sort issues in a flexible manner, they can often eliminate large numbers of unwanted results without having to review every issue individually. For example, if the program being analyzed takes some of its input from a trusted file, a user reviewing results will benefit greatly from a means by which to eliminate all results that were generated under the assumption that the file wasn't trusted. Reviewing unwanted results is no fun, but reviewing them again and again and again is even worse. All advanced static analysis tools provide mechanisms for suppressing results so that they will not be reported in subsequent analysis runs. If the system is good, suppression information will carry forward to future builds of the same codebase. Similarly, auditors should be able to share and merge suppression information so that multiple people don't need to audit the same issue. Finally, the tool must describe the problem, explain the severity, and suggest possible fixes. For this demonstration, a simple program called quicksmtpd.c was audited. There are multiple issues in the code. A buffer overflow in line 587 has been identified. A while loop might overflow a stack buffer overflow. The rules that were used to find the bug are pictured in the lower left in what's called the analysis trace. A source rule on the getC function started a trace on tainted input which located the assignment of C to line I. In the lower right of the screenshot, the detailed description of the bug is shown. The abstract, explanation, recommendations, and references are noteworthy components of each report. This lets the developer know what the problem is really all about. So in summary of that section, prioritizing reports is very important, particularly if you're just getting started with static analysis. It helps again maybe to start with just the new code being written, check that in, scan it, give developers immediate feedback. That way you're wasting less of their time if there's a number of false positives. And a big reason to be so careful is that static analysis tools don't have a super strong reputation for being useful for highly complex projects. So if you're talking about hypervisors, source code, browsers, operating system kernels, things of that nature, the things where you really need help, where you've got very complex, low-level C, assembly, C++, a mixture of tough-to-read, tough-to-audit code, these types of tools are probably not going to do amazing, but if they're used wisely and they're used well and just enough at just the right time, they will still provide enough value to justify the investment. So in summary, static analysis is useful because you can audit your entire code base much broader, much faster than any human could do. And if you include it at just the right times, it'll be a valuable part of your security program. But it's not going to catch everything. You're always going to need, the highly trained security expert human involved in the loop at some point, either to audit the results or maybe even do a manual audit in and of itself, which is what we'll talk about in the final 5th module.